Good morning. If you want to see how we made this nice little stool, stay tuned because that's what we're going to do today. Good morning and welcome to another Memphis Monday 2/18, the 10th video of year 5. Today we're going to be making a little decorative stool, put knickknacks on it, but we're going to try to make it strong enough you can stand on it if you want to. But we're not going to get any stool building done unless we knock off the chit chat and get to work. Here's the prototype of the stool I said last week we were going to build. I wasn't real satisfied with it, so I built another prototype with splayed angle legs. I like that a little bit better, but wasn't real satisfied with that either. So I finally got excited and built this prototype here. This is the one we're going to build right here. There were going to be takeaways with all these different prototypes. This one had splines in there to hold those legs steady, and do that with a spline cutting jig. I don't know if we've ever done that, but we'll do it someday. This one has solid splayed angle legs. And this one has splayed angle legs, but these splayed angle legs are solid. There's 3 different ways that I know of to make a splayed angled anything. This is the easiest way. You cut the angle that you want it to slope out at, and you put that angle down here on the bottom of your chop saw, and then there's no math, there's no angles to measure anything. You just cut your 45. So you just cut your 45 and it automatically matches up, and bingo, you got your splayed angles. Now these solid splayed angles, they're so simple you feel like you're cheating. For these solid splayed angles, you just take your miter saw and put the tilt at whatever degrees you want the miter the splayed angle to be. I think I got this about 8 or 9 degrees. Just sit down on your tilt. Set your miter at 0 degrees. Then you make up a 45-degree centering jig, and just put your leg down in there, whatever length you want to cut it, and then just cut it off. Then you can see that cut then automatically cuts that splayed angle. Now if the splayed angles you're going to cut are narrow like this is really the way to go. It's simple, it's fairly safe. But the problem is, if your stock is wider than about 5 inches, you can't do it. If you're going to do it on a table saw, and you have to, if it's more than about 5 inches wide, then you get one of these. You get them on the internet. I got this at woodgears.ca. That's Matthias Waddell's website, and but you can get these conversion tables anywhere, and you pick out the angle you want to splay it, and then it gives you the miter and the tilt, and then you put that into your table saw. So here I got my miter set at 792, 7 degrees 0.92, and my tilt set at 44.45, and I will push it through that way. And you notice I got my piece on the right side, because ordinarily you don't want to pinch your stock underneath that blade like that. You can get away with it 99 times out of 100, but what can happen is it can bind up in there and you get some severe kickback. So then your splayed angles meet up just like that. Now I want our stool to be light, so I'm going to plane the stock down to about 5/8. It's a little over 3/4 right now, but I'm going to take it down to 5/8. What I'm doing is cutting all the left-hand sides for all 4 pieces, because what will happen is when I do the other side, I have to move the miter to 7.9 degrees to the right. Now to do the other side, I got to reproduce this angle going the other way. So what I've done is I've copied it here, this angle gauge, and now I can do the angle the other way. Now we come over here to our prototype. Looks about the right size, so we'll make the other one the same size. So here what I'm doing is I'm setting my first piece right on top of the second piece, and I'll mark it, because if anything, these things have to be exactly the same measurements. I'm putting the 8-degree angles on the sides so that it'll attach to the top, and the legs will have the right angle to meet the ground. Now the moment of truth. Time to put this thing together. This is what breaks your heart sometimes. You do the first piece and it looks perfect and everything's groovy, but as you add the sides, when you get to the final glue up, it's off because all the errors have added up. I'll go ahead and stick the other side on there, and then we'll put that last side on and see if our heart is broken. And it's got a little twist in it, but I think we can get that out. Okay, I twisted it back into place, and I'll go ahead and nail it. I've got to let everything dry before I go on to the next step, so I might as well put some wood filler in here, in these brad holes. The joints actually came out pretty tight. Now you can see the concept. Basically built this box. Now, once this dries, we'll cut out these legs by removing this section here. I'm going to go ahead and do a little sanding while that glue's drying. I'm going to use this color called English chestnut. We've used it before. As a matter of fact, I used up a couple of cans of it and had to buy this at Walmart. It's the only size they had. There's the English chestnut. Looks pretty good. It'll be a little darker when we get some polyurethane on it. And here we'll smooth out our cuts a little bit. And before we do any sanding, we'll do a little routing. Well, this, I'm doing this as my favorite way to stain something. Stain it before you assemble it. Pretty easy in this case because the piece only has two parts. Well, time to do some assembly. Our stain isn't completely dry. Hope I got these pocket holes the right depth. I might be rationalizing. 16's probably too many. Well, that'll do it for Memphis Monday 218, the 10th video of our 5th year. Today we made a little stool. First we made 3 prototypes. Every one of the prototypes we're real proud of, but we thought we could do better and better and better and better. And I think we did. We got our little bench here done. 2-piece construction. 100% maple. Splayed angled legs. The takeaways, I think, were that we went through 3 different ways to make splayed angles. 2 different ways on the chop saw, and 1 way to make them on the table saw. I think you can also make them with a tapering jig, but I don't know how to do that, so I didn't cover that. Okay, so I hope you had some takeaways and had some fun. Like and share and favorite, tweet and poke and peek and all the stuff you do on the internet. But most important, make sure you're back here next week for another exciting Memphis Monday. Thanks for playing along.